Welcome to LFC Transfer Hub. Liverpool kick off Athletic Club doubleheader at Anfield with 4-1 win. Liverpool defeated Athletic Club 4-1 in the first of their two preseason meetings at Anfield on Monday. Rio Ngumoha, who only turned 17 at the end of the month, opened the scoring with a terrific solo effort and assisted Darwin Nunez to put the Reds 2 goals up inside 5 minutes. Ben Doak netted the hosts' third just prior to halftime and was joined on the scoresheet by Harvey Elliott later on, with Gorka Garuzita netting a consolation. Team. Alexis Mac Allister made his first start of Liverpool's pre-season program as Andy Robertson took the captain's armband with Virgil van Dijk out through illness. Liverpool. Woodman, Pexi, 46. Nunez, Kumas, 80. Mac Allister, Lucky, 56. Jones, Laffy, 85. Elliott, Tsimikas, Robertson, Nyoni, Pilling, 67. Doak, Dans, 56. Ngumoha, Cone Doherty, 67. Stevenson. First half. 87 seconds were on the clock when Ngumoha was wheeling away celebrating his first goal at Anfield. The speedster pounced on a free ball near the halfway line and turned on his jets by driving towards the top-end net. The intentful run ended with a curling finish into the bottom right corner, beating the full-stretch Alex Padilla. 3 minutes later, Ngumoha teed up Nunez to cap off a blistering start from the Reds and the teenager himself. A Doak cross from the right was delivered into the box and met by his fellow winger, with Nunez alert to sweep home the nod forward. The game paused in the 20th minute as both teams joined in the tributes to Diogo Jota and Andre Silva, sparking loud renditions of the former's chant. As the first half reached its midway point, Doak was close to catching out Padilla with a cross-turn shot, and Nico Serrano's volley nearly halved Athletic's deficit. Trey Nyoni was operating as a centre-half for Liverpool in the opening period and brilliantly cut out Alex Berenger's intended square that would have allowed Serrano a great chance in front of goal. The Reds' deserved lead would be 3 when they entered the break. A few moments after having a 25-yarder palmed away by Padilla, Doak charged down the right, beat Pio Canales and fired low past the visiting goalkeeper on this occasion. Second half. Armin Pexi for Freddie Woodman was Liverpool's only change for the restart, and the young stopper came out on top in an early one-on-one with Garuzita. Meanwhile, at the other end, Elliott poked a finish past Padilla to make it 4-0 after Kostas Tsimikas carried possession upfield and found Nunez inside the area. Garuzita, however, beat Pexi on his next sighting of goal to pull one back for the La Liga visitors entering the final quarter of an hour, heading in from close range. Substitute Luis Kumas forced a save with the Reds' last opportunity, as attention immediately turned towards the second clash when the final whistle blew. Liverpool's Anfield doubleheader against Athletic Club. The Reds were 4-1 winners in the opening game as Rio Ngumoha, Darwin Nunez, Ben Doak and Harvey Elliott each got on the scoresheet. Tributes are also being paid to Diogo Jota, including wreaths laid by Phil Thompson and Athletic president John Uriarty, and a poignant 20th-minute applause in his honor. Rio Ngumoha has Liverpool fans convinced Chelsea have done another Sulla. Rio Ngumoha was the star as Liverpool's second string won their first friendly against Athletic Club 4-1, asking more questions of his role this season. It took Ngumoha just 2 minutes to net his third goal of pre-season. Another stunning solo effort that saw him bend the ball into the far corner from range. The 17-year-old then laid on Liverpool's second of the evening in the 5th minute, showing the awareness to nod Ben Doak's cross down for Darwin Nunez to finish. Ngumoha has been one of the standout performers in pre-season, and this time out he could show his quality at Anfield, dazzling those watching on in the stadium and at home. His display in Liverpool's 4-1 win led many to call for a first-team role in 2025-26. It is often easy to get carried away with performances in pre-season full stop, and not least those of the young players called up to fill out the squad. But in a summer that has seen the majority of Arne Slot's key players involved from day one, Ngumoha has managed to stand out along with fellow youngsters Doak, Trey Nyoni and Lucas Stevenson. Whether it translates to a regular role in the senior squad in the campaign proper remains to be seen, but there are strong signs that will be the case. If Ngumoha can continue to play with the freedom and fearlessness as he has when the competitive games start, there will be no holding him back. No wonder Chelsea were so frustrated at losing him so cheaply last summer. Confirmed Liverpool lineup for second friendly with Athletic Club. 5 of Liverpool's summer signings start the day's second encounter with Athletic Club at Anfield this evening. Hugo Ekitike, Jeremy Frimpong, Milos Kerkez, Georgi Mamardashvili and Florian Wirtz are all handed home bows. Mohamed Salah is named Reds captain as Arne Slot elects for a strong lineup in an 8 p.m. British summertime kickoff you can watch live and exclusively. Liverpool 4-1 Athletic Club. Rio Ngumoha dazzles as Nunez scores. A rotated Liverpool lineup easily swept aside the visiting Athletic Club, with Rio Ngumoha earning a standing ovation for his goal and role in the 4-1 win. Report from Anfield. Liverpool 4-1 Athletic Club. Team news. In the first of the 2 kickoffs, Arne Slot named a rotated lineup that featured a mix of the club's youngsters and experienced senior regulars as the new Adidas home kit made its debut. With the defense hit by injury and illness, Virgil van Dijk, ill. Joe Gomez, injured. Connor Bradley, injured. It was a makeshift backline for the first 11. New signing Freddie Woodman was in goal as Andy Robertson lined up at centre-back alongside Trey Nyoni, with Lucas Stevenson and Kostas Tsimikas on either side. Curtis Jones, Alexis Mac Allister and Harvey Elliott injected experience in the middle, with Darwin Nunez leading the line next to Rio Ngumoha and Ben Doak amid growing transfer speculation. Ngumoha sets the tone in the first. Despite the main stand having to evacuate prior to kickoff, the match got underway on time, but many will have been forced to miss yet another goal from the exciting Ngumoha. With less than 2 minutes on the clock, Mac Allister won possession in the center circle to set the 16-year-old on his way. Passing was never on his mind as he confidently powered forward and finished into the bottom corner. He then turned provider just minutes later, deftly putting the ball in Nunez's path for a simple close-range finish after Elliott and Doak combined to get the ball in the box. Rio was the chant from the cop. Slot has a job keeping the hype to a minimum. The game then stopped after the 20-minute mark to pay tribute to Diogo Jota, as players and supporters stood together for a minute's applause before his chant rang around Anfield. Nyoni, who wouldn't have anticipated playing centre-back, showed off his game intelligence to stop Athletic getting on the scoresheet in a Van Dijk-esque manner, but equally was shown the care needed in possession as the last line of defense. Stevenson's bright preseason continued and his link-up with Doak was a feature of the half, with the Scot forcing the Athletic keeper into 2 saves before it was third time lucky. Though one may debate whether it was an own goal, Doak got his reward for sending the ball into the danger area from close range and forcing goalkeeper Ales Padilla to flap in an attempt to parry it away. Using the full bench in the second. One change preceded the start of the second, with Armin Pexi replacing Woodman to defend the goal at the cop end, with an early low save earning him the applause of the crowd. Despite missing the majority of preseason to date, Mac Allister covered the ground well in his 56 minutes on the pitch, breaking up play and showing he can be in contention for the Community Shield. He was replaced by Welody Lucky, which unleashed Nyoni into the midfield, as Jadon Danns took the place of Doak before the 4th goal of the afternoon was set in motion. With a high starting position, Tsimikas took advantage of the space in front to find Nunez in the box, who in turn spun and found an unmarked Elliott to power the ball into the net. Athletic were largely bystanders throughout as Liverpool recycled possession, and that did not change as Ngumoha and Nyoni were replaced by fellow academy players Trent Cone-Doherty and Tommy Pilling. A rare venture forward for the visitors, though, did see Liverpool's goal breached for the first time after a poorly timed headed clearance from Stevenson fell into the path of Gorka Garuzada for an easy finish. The busy half of changes continued as Luis Kumas replaced Nunez, and the standing ovation will have left many questioning if it will be the last time we see him in a Liverpool shirt. Not eager to leave midfielder Michael Laffey as the only unused substitute, the 19-year-old got his first taste of a packed Anfield minutes before the full-time whistle. A valuable run-out for the 18 players involved, with Slot's strongest possible 11 to follow in the evening kickoff, though fitness concerns linger over Stevenson and Nyoni. Anfield learns what Liverpool have known all summer as best-kept secret is revealed. It took Rio Ngumoha just 87 seconds to make his presence felt against Athletic Bilbao on Monday evening. While Liverpool have spent just short of £300 million so far this summer, it has been the teenager signed from Chelsea last year who has arguably been the star of their preseason. He played a part in creating Connor Bradley's opener against Preston North End in the Reds' first friendly, before scoring a deflected effort behind closed doors against Stoke City. Such form was continued onto the preseason tour of Asia too, as the 16-year-old registered an assist against AC Milan for Dominik Szoboszlai before scoring a stunning effort against Yokohama F. Marinos. But this was his first chance to stake his claim in front of a full home crowd during a summer to remember. And he did not hang about. After Harvey Elliott slid in to win possession on the halfway line, Ngumoha raced onto the loose ball and dribbled forward to the edge of the box before bending an unstoppable strike into the bottom corner, prompting wild celebrations both on the pitch and in the stands. The cop responded by chanting his name. Even if just a preseason friendly, only an A-list collection of teenagers will have been afforded such treatment on the hallowed Anfield turf before, but certainly not a 16-year-old. Moments later, he added an assist, heading down Ben Doak's cross at the far post to gift Darwin Nunez a tap-in. Beyond that, he created further anticipation and excitement whenever he got on the ball, even if he could not add to his early contributions. Supporters have always been cautiously aware of Ngumoha's abilities, knowing the club had snapped up one of the most highly rated youngsters in the country when luring him away from Stamford Bridge. When handed his senior debut against Accrington Stanley back in January, it would have acted as the first opportunity many would have had to see the starlet in action. But 7 months later, wearing Liverpool's new Adidas home kit for the first time, and with it scoring its first goal, the worst secret in football is well and truly out. Ngumoha is a talent. His debut against Accrington proved to be his only appearance of last season, but given his pre-season showings, he is certainly ready to have more of an impact this year. However, with Ngumoha still not even 17 until the end of the month, Liverpool and their supporters will still have to be patient. Afforded a standing ovation when replaced in the 67th minute against Bilbao, as talented as he is, it is important to remember he is not the finished article. While he had a goal and an assist to his name inside just 6 minutes against Bilbao, his impact after that was slightly limited. It feels strange to say, but it was arguably one of his quieter showings of preseason, despite the 2-goal contributions. Boasting pace to burn and a bag of tricks, he has certainly taken advantage of the Reds' decision not to field Luis Diaz while uncertainty about his future persisted. With the Colombian now a Bayern Munich player, further opportunities will follow. But it would still be a bold call for Arne Slot to come out of the summer transfer window with Ngumoha as the only natural deputy for Cody Gakpo on the left-hand side. Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike and Szoboszlai are all options on that flank, as too are Nunez and Federico Chiesa, if they do not move on. Alexander Isak would be also, if Liverpool were successful in their pursuit of the Swede. Ngumoha rightly creates excitement, and his time will come, with his preseason showings certainly whetting the appetite of supporters. But that does not guarantee a prominent role week after week in the campaign ahead. With Liverpool still having 5 senior attacking options ahead of him, the Reds have a gem in Ngumoha, so remember the name. But this is only the beginning of what could prove to be a dazzling career. As remarkable as it is to remind ourselves, he is still only 16. Thanks for watching. Like and comment and subscribe.